My name's Mitchell Payment. My dad introduced me to hunting at a very young age where I quickly fell in love with the raw beauty and emotions that this outdoor lifestyle has to offer. Being able to capture my dad and I's successes and failures through the lens of a camera has now led to this, Moment of Truth TV.
Nice triple, buddy.
Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by The Enforcer, 365 Archery, Score Ammunition, Killing Sticks Arrows, Carson Optical, K&R Taxes located in St. Albert, Alberta, Castle and Meats, OC Archery and Obsession Bows. Well, I got out of school earlier today and we hopped in the truck, came down here to southern Alberta to hopefully chase some nice mule deer. This is where we've came for the last 3 years and we've got bucks every year, so hopefully we can get it 4th year in a row. And we're gonna be staying in this nice garage this weekend, and it's hot today, and I just got here, unloaded the truck, got dressed as light as we can because it's plus 30, and we're gonna shoot the bow a little bit and go see if we can't find a nice mule deer buck, so stay tuned. Well, we're just having a little snack. We just drove into this a ways back on this little goat trail. There's a nice coulee system right behind us, so we're gonna go for a little walk. It's the first night here. I'm not expecting a lot, but you never know. Stay tuned. Just got settled in here for the night, got the heater going, about to eat some din-din. We've seen a whole bunch of muley does and fawns, seen a nice moose. We're gonna wake up real early tomorrow, get to a good location, and hopefully put some muley bucks to bed. Should be a good night. See you tomorrow. Well, we just came up on this hill this morning at first light, just to, you can see forever here in all directions. So we're looking up on these hills and we spotted a few bucks. I spotted 2 bucks over here. My dad spotted a nice buck over there. So we're gonna have some deer to stalk hopefully today. So stay tuned. Well, we're getting ready to stalk one of the bucks we put to bed this morning. He's just in a bush back here. We're gonna sneak up real nice and slow and hopefully see him bedded and get an arrow in him bedded, or make him stand up and take a shot. But we're gonna give her a whirl. It's the first stalk for our trip down here, so see what happens.
while we're walking up to the bush, we got the sun behind us. So it should be perfect. We just gotta hopefully get close and see him in that bush and get an arrow. Well, we got nice and close to those bucks. We were within 10 yards, but they're in those thick willows. If we would have done a whole 360 around them, we still wouldn't have been able to get a shot or maybe even see them. But if we didn't know exactly where they were in the slough bed or if they're even in the slough bed. Otherwise, we would have just waited them out. Later in the day, they get up and hopefully we can get a shot. But we know we're doing something right if we're getting that close to them. So got a couple other bucks bedded over here. We're gonna go get permission and see if we can't stalk them. Stay tuned.
Having multiple close encounters and our day coming to a close, Dad and I are anxious to get out in the following morning to see if we can't put a killing stick in a respectable mule deer. This segment is brought to you by The Enforcer.
Well, it's our last morning here. It's raining, overcast, and we're getting ready to go stalk some bucks. We went out this morning, way in the back middle of nowhere where you'd think there'd be bucks, and see nothing. And then we come back to the main road, driving down the main road, and there's 5 bucks right there. So I guess that's the way it works around here. It seems that's been happening every day. But we watched them bed in this bush, ways out in this field. And there's some big trees, little trees, willows. So I don't know if we're going to get a shot, but hopefully one of them gets up or we can see him bedded, see some antlers or something. But can't kill him if you don't try. So we're going to sneak over there. Rain, so it's going to be nice and quiet. See what happens. Stay tuned.
As I itched closer and closer to the bush, I could hear thrashing, and I knew it was good cover sound and I was going to be able to get right in tight, and he was on his feet, which would give me a potential shot. As I edged to the corner of the willows and took a peek around, I seen a big white face looking at me, and at that point, I knew the stalk was over.
Well, that was a close encounter. There was that nice buck. I heard him rubbing his antlers like crazy in there, and I should have kept going. Got around the corner, he might have been still rubbing, but I just slowly went in there. And by the time I got there, I don't know, I was dead quiet, and I peeked around the corner and he was looking at me. So I don't know what happened. If you seen my dad behind me filming on he's kind of skyline, but we rewatched the footage. I don't know if you'd been able to see him, but it's a mystery, but we're gonna keep hunting here a little bit and see what happens.
Due to me getting sick, we had to end the trip a little early, but now it's the beginning of October. We're on our way back down to see if we can't keep the Alberta mule deer streak alive. Well, this is our second trip down south here for mule deer.
the first trip it was plus 30 and just bad conditions for mule deer hunting. So we're gonna give her another go at it. We got more time. We'll be able to take our time, really glass and walk areas. And we had some close encounters with some big bucks, but we just weren't able to get it done. I'm hoping we can get it done on a nice mule deer, not what we've killed in the past, which they're beautiful deer, but we want a trophy this time. I really want to get a trophy mule deer, so we're almost there now, and we're gonna get there, shoot the bows a bit, get unloaded, and get out there and looking for some mule deer. So stay tuned. Well, we just seen a whole bunch of sharptail fly out of this bush right here. We're just gonna go over the hill and hopefully get one. Stay tuned.
Good shot.
Well, we just finished shooting that sharptail and we came to the top of this hill. We just shot that sharptail right here and we were glassing and we seen a little muley buck, and I spotted a muley buck shed. So we're just gonna walk over there and hopefully there's another buck there and pick up that shed. So stay tuned.
This segment is brought to you by Carson Optical.
Well, that was quite crazy. We shot a sharptail just right here, and we glassed over this nice valley, and I seen this shed, and a little buck, so we were just gonna come walking in here, and we scared up a nice one, but he's long gone. But this could be a shed from a couple years ago. It looks similar, but he's quite a bit bigger now. But we're just gonna go back to the truck and put some miles on, hopefully see one. We just spotted a whole bunch of deer, a whole bunch of bugs. They're eating the canola in this field. They're everywhere. So we're gonna go up to this fence line, sneak down, and hopefully get a shot. There's one right. Well, it's our first morning here. We had some good encounters last night with some bucks, but it's not light yet. We're on a good vantage point looking over this big, nice It's kind of open and then a huge coulee system. I shot my buck 2 years ago just a couple 100 yards from here. So we're hoping, because it's so windy today, we're hoping they're going to be going down into that deep coulee to bed, and hopefully we can see them going in there and put a stalk to them, so stay tuned. Well, it's the first morning. We spotted a few different groups. We spotted some bucks out in this canola, and my dad seen some going to this bush, and we seen them bed. We just wanted to let them sit in their bed for a while and get comfortable. So we decided to go for another little drive, and we spotted a nice one, like the biggest one we've seen out of all these. So he's in a pretty stalkable spot. He's in a nice little slough bed. So got a good wind. We're gonna sneak up this little draw to the slough bed and hopefully get an arrow in him. So stay tuned.
This segment is brought to you by Killing Sticks Arrows.
It's a dream buck. Like, honestly, look at that drop. It's about 13 inches. Still got velvet on it. That's really cool. We're about halfway to the deer. There's a crazy draw that goes right to the bush right here. So I'm hoping the wind's switching directions right now, so it's dead calm, which isn't the best, but we're gonna get in this draw and hopefully sneak right up to the bush. And if we don't know where he's bedded or if he was standing when we seen him, but I'm hoping he's preoccupied with getting a drink or something. We can get close, but that other group of bucks is right there. So we got bucks everywhere.
As I approached the slough bed, I was constantly glassing, looking for antlers so I could locate the buck. And instead of seeing antlers, I seen a white face and a big old buck staring right at me. I held my bow directly in front of me to block my face, and with the wind in our favor, the buck decided to bed back down. Dad and I stood in the exact same spot for over 3 hours waiting for this buck to stand. When I started noticing extra movement in his antlers, I knew he was ready to get up.
Smoked him. Where'd he go, Dad?
He's in there, Mitch. I think he's down.
Oh my God, we sat there?
We sat there for over 2.5 hours.
You got the shot?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah! I'm beyond happy.
He's right there dead.
Deader than
I heard him thrash and you made a nice shot. Oh my God.
I was at full draw for quite a while. I was shaking. We got her done, whitetail and Mulie.
There you go, buddy. That's so awesome.
That was a good one.
Oh, you're lethal, buddy.
Look at him. He's done. He's a big one, Dad.
Oh, he's a beauty.
Well, guys, here he is. He is unbelievable.
probably my biggest muley with a bow. It was such a beautiful morning. We got up on a good vantage point, looked over some fields that we know they're feeding on the regrowth canola right now. So we seen a group of bucks in the regrowth canola, not real big, but we were willing to stalk them if we didn't see anything bigger. And my dad actually seen another group of bucks not too far from here. And we let them sit there in bed. We like them to settle down in their bed. And so we went for a little drive and we seen this thing and we were like, oh well, we gotta stalk him first. He's quite a bit bigger than the rest. And so we got into this grain field, and honestly I didn't think it was gonna happen. The wind switch started coming from behind us. It was a little bit noisy because it's a swathed grain field, but we just took our time, went real slow. I snuck in a bit further. I got to 40 yards and I'm like, I knew this was the closest I was gonna get. And I stood there for 3 hours on my feet and I was getting tired. My dad was getting squirmy behind me. It was pretty miserable. I was getting hot because I dressed for morning weather. And when you know it, he got up after 3 hours, stretched, and he was walking away. And I was scared. I didn't think we were gonna get a shot because he was walking away. And then he turned and I stopped him. I just turned broadside enough and I smoked him. He was 40 yards of him, probably heart and lung. He didn't go 25 yards and I couldn't be any happier. We come down here and we like to shoot a mature mule deer, and I think we got one. He is so beautiful. In my opinion, mule deer are one of the most beautiful deer. They're just so majestic, and we seen that white face when we seen them, and it's just so cool. And this is our fourth muley, 4 years in a row with a bow, and I couldn't be any happier. We've been successful, and it's hard to do out here. The killing sticks work flawlessly again, and I'm so happy that you guys were able to come along with me on this journey. Woo-hoo. Look
Good
at
job,
that.
Mitch. I'm really proud of you.